Hey everybody. Hey everybody. I just got done uh planning some stuff and playing outside. It's 12:30 over here. Um I came in, washed up, and hey Joe Morgan, I'm just getting my YouTube side ready here. Let me know, can you hear me okay, or is it muffled like it was the other day? Do I sound like I'm like in a tin can or something? I'm just going in and making sure I have everything clicked that I um, think we're good on this side. All right, so I just planted. I know it's March 25th, so it might still be early, but I just wanted to get outside. Just wanted to get outside. It was beautiful. Um, I found where Chris puts the key to the shed. I had to call him. That's the stuff that irritates me because then I can't. If I couldn't have got a hold of him, I couldn't have gotten in there to do what I needed to do. So anyway, but I did get it, and I pulled out a couple small little pots. And what I did was I used a lot of the soil that I had in pots that I had out there over the winter. I refreshed them. I stirred them all up nice and soft and added all the amendments to them. Worm castings, bone meal, blood meal, fertilizer. Hey, Sandra. Um, I added all that to it, made it look like new again. Made sure I took out any old roots or anything like that. And I freed up, those buckets, and then I started new seeds. I did two different types of peas. I did, look at me. Oh my gosh. I just hope I don't have any ticks on me. I had to go out to the shed. Oh, I looked. I did two different types of peas, a romaine and an iceberg, just a couple seeds. I did a couple seeds of broccoli for Chris. I've never grown broccoli. I did different onions, red and white onions. What else did I do? Oh, radishes. I did my radishes. I love radishes. And radishes I've done every year, and I don't have a problem with radishes. So I'm going to do some today. Then in another week or so, I'm going to set another set in so I can do succession planting. And because I pick them and then I eat them right there. I'll wash them and eat them. And sometimes they don't even make it into a salad. So I'm going to do some in the greenhouse too. This Sunday, our plan is to get up, get the cover on the greenhouse, get that going. In the afternoon, I have to go meet my aunt. She's giving me a desk that belonged to my grandfather. He passed away, so I'm so happy about that. She's moving into a smaller place, and she was selling this desk, and she didn't. I didn't know it was my grandfather's until I answered her post on Facebook, and she's like, well, since your family, I'm not going to charge you. It was your grandfather's. You can have it. So I'm like, oh, yes, it's an L-shaped desk. So it's going to come behind the couch here and then over to right where I'm sitting now. And I'm just so excited because it was my grandfather's and it's a nice shape. So I'm getting that Sunday afternoon. She was also my college medical terminology teacher when I was in Quinsigamond. I'm sending my folks on a scooter ride after lunch. By themselves? Or are you taking them? Oh, that's nice of Loretta. Do you need any? I've got tons, honey. I don't have really no flowers, but I have all veggies. Oh my God, these are chock full, okay? Chock full. Each little box inside is chock full to where I can barely close the little lid. So if you need something, you let me know. I will send you some. I will send you some, honey. You have our email. It's lazarick@homestead@gmail. I will send you, email me what you're looking for, and I'll tell you if I have it and what brand and stuff. I can even send pictures and send them in the email, and I can send them to you. Hey, House Donkey. Firefly, hi. How's everybody? I just got in from playing outside. So nice. I didn't even need a coat. But I am excited because I had bought a package of aprons that had these 3 or 4 pockets down the front, and they were the cheapest ones I could find. Very thin, perfect for outside. I was able to keep my phone, my marker, my little tabs that tell you put the label on there. You write down what you're planting, and then I got to, I just had 4 pockets. It was awesome. It was a breeze. I have seed. She's sending a care package and added some daisies for my mom. Oh, well, let me know, Joe, if you need any kind of veggie seeds or whatever. I have like some of them, like the peas. I have 3 containers in there full of peas because they're bigger seeds and they don't close. So I just keep buying seeds a lot. I do. It's 52 here. It says on my computer, and it's beautiful out here. I haven't had my jacket on at all. At all. Firefly. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And I started a compost bin because I watched that Robbie and Gary's gardening. So I had a bin, a tote, and I've been saving my cucumber peels and my tomato scraps and my eggshells and things like that. And I walked around the yard and got dry leaves that were by the steps and dry stuff and put that down. And then I threw the food that I had collected over this past week on top, and I'm letting it sit. And then I'm going to throw some topsoil on it and let it just do its thing. And by probably May or June, I can plant something in it. And I'm going to see how that goes because I love her style of gardening. Hey, Sassy Cat. And I might just keep doing that if it works. I'm just going to keep doing it, and we'll have our own little, because I do want to do the gardening in the totes and putting them up on a chair. And if you go to her channel, it's freaking awesome. She does them in all different rainbow colors and stuff. But I'll use what I have here because I have a lot that I did tomatoes in one year and that we drilled holes in. So I have a lot. Hey, Dawn Light. It's gray and cold. Oh, not here. It's sunny. It's nice. I put my sticker on my license plate for the new year all by myself. I didn't need Chris for that. It just woke me up. I'm not in the mood for a nap. I just needed it. I needed to get outside. And the water from the top of the pool cover, it's been rained on for a while. Nice and clear, no bugs in it yet, no leaves. So I used that, and I watered all my seeds in. That hand was so big I had to cut the top off. I actually have country style ribs thawing out in some water right now. They might be for tomorrow's dinner because they're still pretty frozen. I forgot. I just put them in there. So I'm going to get them thawed out and season them overnight with my cactus dust. I haven't used that in a while. And we'll have those tomorrow. I'll probably, the kids going, I have to drop their friend off at her appointment. So there's a McDonald's down there. And when we do that, not every time, but today I'm going to get them McDonald's. Because it's a Friday and they've had a long day, a long week. So maybe Chris, me, and I'll just order a grinder. I think we're going to do a live stream tomorrow night together. We're talking about it. Probably between 6 and 7 or so. Because we haven't done one together in forever. And I got a few emails from several people asking that they miss us and they want to see us. And so we might do that. So watch for that. I'm not sure exactly what time, but it won't be going on too late because I have to be in bed by 10:30, 11 o'clock the latest. Otherwise, I don't feel well because of my diabetes and all that. And that's my normal bedtime. And if I stay up later than that, I don't feel good. And he has to get up and go to work tomorrow, most likely. So he can't stay up late either. We were talking, and he was pretty much saying he might pretty much limit those live streams that he does with Steading, because it goes on very late. And honestly, I'm going to be very honest, and we were going to explain this, but the talking has gotten a few of our viewers that emailed us don't like the talk. It's just too, not from him and not from Steading. They asked about why, they kind of asked why certain people were on those live streams, and they were so rude and so crass, and they were so dirty talking. And they could tell that Chris was uncomfortable on the live stream, and he was. He told me he was uncomfortable when there was certain people on there, and he doesn't want to do that. It got so out of hand, I guess, a couple times. I don't know, because I haven't rewatched any for the last, I'd say, month. I literally get up and I go in my room and I go to bed or I watch TV because it was too much for me. And the person in the emails, the one that emailed me, one of them that I remember, she literally asked, she said that she could tell Chris was uncomfortable with the kind of the way the talk was going, and that she missed the Steading and Chris. And they got wild, but it wasn't the way it's been going. And yeah, Firefly, I don't even listen, and I don't even watch the replays anymore. And I totally get it when it's not on Chris's channel and it's on, say, Larry's or Stedding's. They can do what they want. But I noticed Chris, I watched, he got off way earlier and he went over to another channel. I think it was Mad Shad's. And he started telling me, he was like, it was getting. So we talked about it, and maybe we'll just start doing one. Not every Saturday, though, because I'm going to be honest with you. I love all you guys. But some nights, especially Saturdays, Chris don't have to work Sunday. And he literally comes home and he's rolling cigarettes, or I feed him, and then he gets, his coffee ready, and he gets in the shower, or he does something to get ready for the live stream. And then we don't really get any time. Like last Saturday, we'd watch movies. We watched a movie, or I think it was The Last Kingdom. We finished watching all that. So if we do a live stream, it'll be probably on this channel where we can go back to the way it was, where it was light and fluffy and Chris and me, and we can control who he's around. And we want Steading, but we want it the way it used to be honest with you. And that's what a lot of our subscribers have been emailing me and say it gets out of hand. And there's new people that have come up, and they're just really nasty talking. Nasty talking. Sorry, I'm scratching my leg. And they're uncomfortable. So, and I know they are nasty. I've heard her talking, and she's just really nasty. It turns me right off, not even wanting to watch it. Even Chris is uncomfortable. He told me he was uncomfortable, and he went off on one, played Trial by Axe with Mad Shad. Yeah, I can't stay up, Sandra. I can't. I don't feel well. I'll be there shortly, Lee. Firefly. 8 pounds for your ham? You could do so much with that, Joe. Yeah, Sandra, I know. I don't do late nights. And it got to the point where I didn't even want to hear what was being said. And I told Chris, I says, you've got coworkers now watching you. What's to say that your boss doesn't watch you? And he's going to say, well, wow, I don't want someone like that representing my company. Firefly, yep, I had to leave. Yeah. Lady last night, 15 miles from me, had a gun stuffed in her face at the gas pump. Oh my God. Oh my God. So, Joe, I just read today that here in this area, at the grocery store, actually, it was not too far from me, there was a Honda Civic They came out and their catalytic converter was stolen right off it while they were in there shopping. Yeah. I wouldn't want the obligation. Yeah, it's getting, and especially with the nicer weather, Firefly, we're going to be outside doing stuff and we're going to be tired at night. We're not going to want to come in and get right on a live stream. And it's just gotten to I don't know. He loves steading. I love steading. And I would love to stay doing it with steading. But the people that go on when he does it on his, we just don't care for some of them. We just don't. It's gotten way out of hand. And I love steading to death. And that's what the lady in the email told me. She misses steading and Chris. And I get it. And I explained that to her. I says, we all start new and we get comfortable up here on other people's live streams. And then we start branching off and doing our own. But that's where you have to figure out the type of channel you want and what you want to be remembered for, and Chris is part of Lazarick Homestead. So we have to kind of ease back on the nastiness. I mean, it's great to pick on each other and roast each other. Like when it was in the beginning, it was so fun and it was so just relaxing. But after certain people got on it, I don't know. I'm not going to name names, but after certain people started coming up every week, it's getting trashy. And we don't like that. We don't. And we don't want to be associated with that. So that's all I'm going to say on that. And Firefly, I hope you are doing really much better. Sharon Williams, hello. Yeah, it is more like a job. That's why I've scaled back. I don't jump on panels every day because I'm a motor mouth. I'm a very big motor mouth, and I'm not gonna lie. I know I am, and I wasn't getting nothing done, and I just wasn't. I wasn't, and now I'm getting things done. I'm getting fatter too. I got to get outside and do more, but I wasn't getting things done, and I was getting caught up in the back stages, and the back stages are where there's trouble sometimes. And I just realized I can't do that. I learned from the whole Susanna issue and when everyone else was having their problems, that's not me. I was letting myself get there, and I don't want to do that. Sharon Williams. You go back to work Monday? That's awesome. At the job on stage job? You're not doing the school bus anymore, I don't believe, right? I think you told me that you went back to your regular job. They don't let others up. Yeah, I noticed that. I've mentioned that in past live streams. It's not something I agree with. I don't agree with it. That's why I stay in chat, because I don't feel I'm anybody special to be getting up on a panel where I'm not going to pay attention to anybody in chat if I'm up on panel. I know it. I know me. I know how I am. And my reason for getting on here is to talk to everybody. And there'll be once in a while I will at the end of the stream put the link out and say, hey, come on up, when I only like 10, 15 minutes left. But I've been watching how it's been going, and not for me. It works for them. That's great. But it doesn't work for me that way. I would be careful who I let up. Yeah, that's another reason, Sharon, is because when you let people up on panel, it goes to places you don't want it to go. And it's hard to say, hey, stop. We need to I'm not that forceful of a person, I don't feel. So that's why I went back to doing it this way. I never went back to it because I never started doing it this way. I went to doing it this way because I took some time when there was that big drama with the other channels before. And I took some time and I really watched what was going on. And I let it sink in. And I saw the things that I was doing too that I didn't like. And I didn't want to continue that way. And then a lot of people emailed me as well, giving me their opinions, just like I said about the Saturday Night Lives with Chris and Steading. I got several. And one really stood out, and they let me know everything. They missed Steading. They missed the Chris and Steading. And they missed, the fun banter. but they don't like the dirtiness and the nasty talk from some of the people on the panel. It wasn't Stedding or Chris. It was, she said she noticed Chris was getting uncomfortable with the way they were talking, and he was. So we started talking about it, and I had said it weeks and weeks ago, a month ago. I said, Chris, this isn't going to go well. From what I'm hearing from these people on panel, this isn't going to go well. And I would get up and go in the bedroom. I wouldn't even be a part of it anymore. And I said, it's, you know, this was you and Stedding. And there's just certain new people that have been coming up, mostly when it's on Stedding's channel. And that's great because he meets a lot of different people, and I get it. And I would never, never, never tell him you can't do that, because that's his channel. He wants to run it his way. And I had to explain that to Chris last night. I'm like, we have to focus and worry about what our channel's doing. If you don't feel comfortable going up there, then just don't. There's no reason to cause a big problem over it. You just, like everyone says, if you don't like what you watch, you get out and go somewhere else. And that's what I told him. I said, Stedding's not going to get upset. Stedding's a decent guy, and he's very understanding. Just step back, and maybe after, he'll ask you why you're stepping back, or there'll be enough people to keep him occupied that he won't even. And if it ever comes up, it will, But I miss the old Chris and Stedding stuff too, honestly. But I've noticed people are changing, and Chris doesn't like that. He doesn't like that nasty, especially from females. It's just, and the lady said that she noticed that the other men on the panel were getting uneasy with the way she was talking. So I don't know her, and I'm not going to claim to know her. I just don't. I saw her once or twice, and it was a turn off for me. I just went in the bedroom. Hey, Retro Oregon. It's all about clicks to people for clicks. And it's, yep. I have a foul mouth, but I do too. Chris has heard it bad. Some people get up there on panels and are nasty and full of crap. Yeah. I've been noticing, and that's why I've kind of limited my going on there. And I know me, guys. I get lazy, and I don't want to do nothing. Like today, I was out there all day doing stuff, and I took a shower, and I cleaned up, and I got things ready for meat marinades. And yesterday, I slept. I napped. After I ate breakfast, I was tired. The day before, I ate breakfast, and I was tired, and I slept from 10 o'clock to 2:30 when my alarm went off to go get my kids. And I could see the dark circles under my eyes, and I said, you know what? I gotta get up and do something today. And I realized it was really nice out, so I went outside, and I could hear the birds chirping, and I cleaned up some of my mess from last year. I got my lodge set plus 2 others. What else did you get, Firefly? I did a video yesterday of my unboxing my lodge whole set that I got. It was the baking set. So that video will be coming out eventually. It's to myself when it's needing done. There is a difference between having fun, joking around, and being downright trashy. Yep, I don't even mind the occasional bad cuss word and funny innuendo. Yeah, that's how it was getting. And he don't want that. He don't want that. I said to you months ago, how do folks get shit done when they're in a chair for a minute? I know, Firefly. I had to do it and learn it on my own that I was not getting things done. I had to go through it and learn from it. Sometimes it takes me a little while to get it up here. And I'm learning that. And I'm gaining so much weight from not moving around. I am. My dad's really been. I had to tell him for 15 minutes to come in so he could feed I could feed him and my mom can go for a scooter ride. Do they go for a scooter ride together alone? A motorized scooter? Hey, Nut House. Oh, you're gonna give your kids some, Firefly, yeah. I got the pie plate. I and the one Stedding got me, which I absolutely love. That's the one I use all the time. I grab that more than any other cast iron. I got a smaller one in the set. I still go for his. I haven't used any of the stuff in the set, but his is the perfect size for that. I was gonna buy another one at Walmart when I saw it, but then I saw this whole set. It's got the big cookie sheet, cast iron cookie sheet. Then it's got and that's a 15 by something, so that's too wide for my oven. I can't even use it in my oven. And then I got a casserole, like a 13 by 9 baking dish, and then the pie plate with the grooves on the round, and then the round one like Stedding gave me, but smaller. But the one Stedding gave me, I absolutely use the crap out of that all the time. That's the one I go to all the time, so I'm so grateful for that one. Retro Oregon. Like a rascal scooter, and it's around the complex. Oh, okay. I think the one he gave me was like a 12-inch. It's the perfect size. I love it to death. I use it for everything. Everything. And then the one they sent me was a smaller one. I think it's a 10-inch. Sent you an email. The recipe was good. Thanks again. Okay, Mama, I'll go read it after. It's heavy. They sent me the plastic, they're not plastic. They're rubber, the rubber grips that fit on all the handles of all the pans. So you can take them off and put them on different pans. I took it out of the box to do a video, but I haven't used them yet. The only one I use is Steddings. So I just love that one. I love it. I love it. He knows me so well, and he just had met me at that time. No, I'm gonna write this down, Joe. He didn't even tell me about a recipe. He's had a lot on his mind. A lot. He's been very stressed out with this truck and trying to get the hours in at work so we can have extra money to get it paid off quicker. Joe's recipe. All right, I'll ask Chris about it now. I've tried to just leave him be and just feed him and let him do his thing, and then maybe sit down with him and watch some TV at the end of the night, because it's been a real stressful couple weeks for us with the truck, just to say the least. So, and hey Lewis, and with the weather starting to get nicer, he's gonna be working more on those Saturdays probably, and this Saturday, if he's got to work, then that'll get done. And then Sunday, we're going to get right out in the morning and get that greenhouse covered. Then in the afternoon, after like two or so, we have to go to my aunt to get that desk. I'll email it to you. I figured out how. Okay. I don't do well on the texting. I really don't. So Stedding, if you're listening, you can call me or Chris, and we can explain more about the live streams, because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know. I wanted to let people know we were going to be changing the way we do it, because I see a lot of people when they have updates to their channels or channel changes, they do a video on it. But it's just a lot of feedback we're getting from people. And so I wasn't sure whether we should talk to you about it or just back away. And then if you noticed it, you could ask, and you asked, then we could tell you. But I figured, you know what? We're not sure if we're going to do one tomorrow. Because tomorrow, like I said, Saturdays are the only day he doesn't have to get up the next day. You know what I mean? So it's really hard and we can't commit to every week, I want to try to get him when he comes home from work to get on here and chit chat, but it's always so late. And we're kind of done by the end of the day, you know. I respect people who don't talk about God and curse, but when someone says yeah, Kentucky. I'm going to be honest, and I've said this on past live streams and past live streams, mine and crazies and I'm not a religious person at all. I don't believe in God. Um, my parents made me do it when I was younger and go to catechism and CCD or whatever they called it and get my confirmation and all that, but it's never been a part of my life. It never has. And I have my own beliefs on being a good person. Don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal. Do unto others as you want to do. And I feel like that's enough for me. But I don't knock it for anybody else. And I still go on those channels like Bigfoot when he was doing the readings and things. And because I love Bigfoot and Lake. So I would just go on just to hear them and support their channel. And because I'm not so close-minded that I have to not like somebody because of that. But I just don't have that in my life. All the things acres. Hi, I don't know that name. Chris is a good guy. I like him really well. He is. He is. He is. But he does get uncomfortable at sometimes when there's certain things going on. Mama Bear prepping. Hi. How you doing? You met him through here, but your studying real life connection is more important. Talk to him off here about it. Yeah. But for the people that watch me and email me and ask me things, it's easier to get it out through here so everybody can hear it at the same time and I don't have to keep repeating myself and this and that. And I do believe in God and I don't think cursing is the end of the world. Cool. No, CCD. Same. I play with crystals. I'm the same, Lazarick. Crystals. The different colored crystals you're talking about? They like mean different things. Is that it? I don't know too much about crystals. Hey, Miss Kim. I am having a good day. I hope you are. I'm going to be honest with all y'all. I have to get back and to sit down here long enough to get caught up on some of you guys' videos. I do. It just seems like the days could go by so fast. Since this time change, it's like I am sleeping straight through the night now. I don't know, maybe the menopause is giving me a reprieve for a little bit, then it's going to come back and kick my butt again. Hey, kicking it, Homestead. We have a celebrity in the house. If you don't follow her, you're missing out. Are you talking about Mama Bear prepping or the other one, Miss Kim? Oh my God, Miss Kim had me dying when I watched her at the park working out one day. She's more braver than me. I would have passed out after the first leg lift. Not even kidding. It is hard to keep up with the channels. It's very hard. And the thing is like me, for example, I started out with trust in God. He made it so that I was so comfortable up here. He let me take the time to get comfortable, and I owe him the world for that. And then we just kind of get our own schedules and branch off and do our own, because when we have the time, like right now, I only have a little while before I have to go get the kids. And so my time limits are different. I can't just sit on the live stream all morning because I won't get things done. And then it's time for me to leave to go get my kids. So I have to get up and go do those things and then come on when I have the time. I noticed I was slacking severely for a long time and I had to smarten up. Mama Bear prepping. Yes. Yes. You know what? I have a YouTube chat. No, I have another tab. I can pull up her channel. I always forget to put the link, so I'm going to go do it now because Thank God you guys mention it. I have her right here on my list. Mama Bear Prepping. She is one awesome YouTuber. Hold on, I'm gonna put it in here. Okay. It's not fast with my fingers, guys, so give me a minute. Okay. I think I did it. You know, Garrick's picking up Chinese. Oh, now you got me wanting Chinese. We just had it the other night, but I could go for our Chinese restaurant in this town burnt down. It was put up in 1974 and it burnt down the other night to the ground. So now everybody's trying to, I've never been there but one time in my 20s, and I think it was just to have drinks. But now I see everybody on Facebook asking what other Chinese places are good around here, because we go to the one in the next town. It's a buffet. So we don't try any of the other ones around here. Oh, I feel like I better not have a tick on me. I don't. It's just dry skin, I think. Anyway. Oh yeah, go sub to Mama Bear Prepping. She's on top of shit stuff. He does work hard, Joe. He's taking care of me and the kids, and you're gonna be okay out this way. And I don't know where it's like everywhere else, but it's very hard. You're very rare to find a man that's going to take care of your children from a previous marriage the way he does. It's all about me and the kids with him. It is. I don't say it enough, but it is. He works his bum off. And he doesn't want me to go back to work and get back out there. So I have to be responsible here and do the things I should be doing as a wife with the house. And that's why I don't ask him to do much around the house on a daily basis. I really don't, because he works hard enough. You're envious of my basement, Mama Bear. It's years in the making, girl. Years in the making. But I learned a lot from everybody here. The poop and pee buckets were from you. Those are hanging up downstairs. Go watch her video, because she was right. It's not something everybody thinks about and wants to talk about, but you need it. When you're forced to not, or you don't have what you need, you're not a happy camper, okay? So I watched that video and I was already online ordering what I needed for the tops of the buckets. She knows what she's talking about. Everybody on here does. Hot and sour soup. I've never had that. I like the egg rolls. This is only at the buffet, though. Steak, white rice, and mixed veggies. No, I could do without that. But I could do the steak on the stick. The beef teriyaki. So good. Today's an action. Oh, it just says 54 out now, Miss Kim. This is the first nice day we've had in a while where I wasn't too tired to get out there. I actually started to feel tired, but then I got up, got in the shower, and I went right outside. I think I have to keep myself moving and go and do it and don't think. Chris is wonderful to y'all. He is. I've dealt with a lot of bad people in my life. Trust me, I'm very grateful for who I have now. I am. I had some real dinglings, but I was a dingling too, because I was dealing with a dingling. That's all you know how to do is be a dingling. I started on, I think it's Discord. Gardner Josh showed me Discord, but I just don't go on it. Excuse me. I'm just so focused on YouTube, and I go on Facebook every now and then at night when I'm supposed to be watching something with him, and like there's a commercial, I'll just go on there and I'll scroll and read and because I'm in a lot of like stocking our shelves groups and gardening groups. And I love this. I focus more on the pictures of things. And if I see a picture that interests me and I can try to do that, like I saw somebody growing in the plastic grocery bags that you bunch up and put away on your wall in a big bag and collect them all. You take them out, you put soil and you grow in them and you hang them on like a pole next to each other. I was like, what? Never even noticed that before. Never even crossed my mind to grow. They had plants growing out of them like nutty. You can grow in a plastic grocery bag. I know I want Chinese too. I bet you. I'd have to go all the way out there to get it. I'm not going to do one today, honey. It's too cool outside. It'll be. What's the weather like where you are, Miss Kim? I never had Japanese food, Sharon. I'm afraid. I've dealt with a lot of bad people too. I can for a different world than most. Yeah. Chris's world was very different, and so was mine. If you guys have followed me any length of time, you've heard some of the stories. I'm just so glad there wasn't video cameras back when I was growing up. I know, Mama Bear. I love food. Just food. Except for squash. Can't do a squash. Han Solo. I wish I knew how to make. What about just using like thin spaghetti and use the sesame oil and the hoisin sauce? I just discovered hoisin sauce. Oh my God. I just did Mongolian chicken last night and there was like none left. With the same hoisin sauce I did with the Mongolian beef. There was nothing left. And I used 2 pounds of chicken thighs, boneless, cut up into little chunks. 2 pounds, and it was all gone. I have to get more good dirt this weekend. Yeah, I've been thinking about it. I think we're going to go in the back where, Sharon, where we throw our grass clippings and all our limbs. And we're going to try to move it and flip it around because it's been there for years. So I'm betting it's going to be good compost at some point. I'm on a mission to find 60 free or $3 5-gallon buckets, 6 milk crates, 30 free or used tree pots, and more free pallets to build shelving and for interior wall finishing. I'd be interested in seeing it when it's done. I know around here, the bakery used to give us buckets. I have some downstairs, but I don't know what size. They weren't really big. And they had cream in it, the frosting cream in it. And no matter how much I washed them, they still smell a little bit like cream. And I used them for storing my food stuff when I first started storing things. I don't do a lot of social media, Pinterest and Instagram occasionally if I'm looking for something, but mainly YouTube. I know, me too, mainly YouTube. I have the Twitter and the Instagram and the Pinterest, but Pinterest, okay, I'm not going to lie. Pinterest is a lot. It like, I go into Pinterest and I get full of anxiety. It's like a lot coming at me at once. I don't know. And I did Instagram and Twitter back when a couple of years ago, when I started staying home in 2020, actually, before I started staying home, I found a lot of sweepstakes, and I was on sweepstakes entering sites, and I was up to all hours of the morning entering sweepstakes for hours and hours and hours. I did win a lot of stuff, but again, I'd let it control my life, and I had to step back from that. Now I haven't done it since I found YouTube, but I'd used the Instagram and the Twitter is where I won most of my prizes, actually. It's going to be like 70 here. Yeah, you're lucky you didn't get a record. He got a record. And he's never done anything like that ever again in his life. But because of that, he's limited on things he can do. I get buckets free at the bakery. Yeah, The bakery down, the grocery store down here gives them away if you ask for them. I tried Walmart because everybody said go to Walmart. They charge you $1 a bucket. I could never get any. And I had given up, and then I decided one day when I was down at the store here to ask, and they had a bunch. One of those lives last year was one of the funniest ever. Which one was that, kicking it? When Chris was trying to choke the shit out of me or something? Did I piss him off and make him want to choke me? Northwest Tennessee. Giggles is in Tennessee too. You should check her out, and maybe you guys could ever. Giggles is awesome. And you're awesome. You guys would probably get along great. I'm getting hungry. I haven't eaten. No, I lied. Okay, I did eat, but it was so long ago. What time is it? It's 1:20. I dropped the kids off, and for the first time in weeks, I went and got an egg sandwich. I haven't been going to McDonald's at all. I've been not doing any of that. I've been staying home and I'll make a couple eggs. But today, I was getting hunger pains, and I just kept driving and drove to the McDonald's and came home. But that was at 7:30, and I haven't eaten since. I actually got notification that stupid Aquapod thing coming from after Amazon said they were out. So I don't know how they do things, but it seems like they take a long time. Could have been stuck on a ship somewhere too. A friend of Sierra's is still waiting for sneakers she ordered a long time ago. I said maybe it was one of the ones on the pallets that was on the container ship that got ruined. I don't know how to make stir fries or Chinese rice. I gotta find a recipe for that. Potting bench from old pallets. Yeah, Chris made the planter boxes on legs from just older guys across the street. Chris made the planter boxes on legs from pallets. It was a lot of work. I had leftover chili rice with roast. It was fantastic. Isn't chili, hi Heroic, is chili spicy chili sauce? I thought I had a recipe for it one time and it just made it really hot. Thai food, I've never had Thai food. Hey, Full Monty. We don't have a firehouse sub in this area. Pickle buckets. Pickle buckets would probably be good for brining in, wouldn't it? He was leading it, and it was about one of your past jobs when you were distributing a certain type of I did an online job kicking it. I had my own website for adult toys. This was before I even had Chris in my life. I was with the twins' dad. And it all started from a commercial on TV for auction. It was called Auctions for Income. They talked about going to those storage unit auctions and getting storage units, bidding on them and winning them and selling what was inside, reselling. This was before reselling was a big thing. Reselling was very not heard of yet. And then the part of the thing that it was $3,500 we paid for it. And it gave us lifetime access to a drop shipping company website where it gives you a list of all different drop shippers. And I still have access to this day because it's a lifetime membership. And so it gives you the company's name, what they drop ship, like beach umbrellas or cat clothes or any niche you want. You can hook up, and it gives you their contact information, their websites, everything you need to know to become a customer of their drop shipping program. And they update it all the time. And this was in the twins are 14. They were born in 2008. So we got this in like 2006. And we learned a lot. We learned how to create a website, get the payment part on your website, the security locks, how to get your website shown by bidding on your keywords when you go in under the search. So I created an adult toy website because I knew it was big money. And what you did is you picked out a wholesaler, drop shipping wholesaler. You use their images. They give you a price list of what they charge and how much you can upcharge before you can't charge anymore. It's like MSRP. You can't go any higher than a certain amount on the item, and you can't charge any less either. It can't be a certain. It can't be any less because then you're competing with the drop shipper. So none of the product goes to your house and it gets sent from the drop. I would email my orders. They would order like on a regular website, pay like a regular website, and then I would get an email with a list of my orders, and I would send that to the drop shipper, and they would send it to you with my label on it. So that's the kind of stuff that I learned from this auctions for income. It was several ways of making money. And I could still do it now. But I learned you have to bid on keywords to stay at the top of the search engine for Google. So if you're selling like adult toys and you want to have, sell lubes on your site, just the keyword lubes or any of the keywords that go with that, if someone's searching up something, every time they use the word lube, your name's going to come, but you have to pay to stay at the first page of Google. So it could be 50 cents to $1. If they click on your link, you're getting charged 50 cents to $1 for that click. And if they don't buy anything, then you're still paying. And if I found out at the time that the company I chose to go with for the advertising was screwing people over, and I just got notified like a couple months ago that there's a massive lawsuit against this company, and they had my name in their records as a customer of theirs, so I'm part of the class action lawsuit. So they had people on their end clicking. It was I forget what it's called, but clicking on our keyword onto our site, but never buying anything. So every time they clicked and went to my site, I was getting charged for them clicking on that specific keyword. And if you have multiple keywords for an item, it was crazy. And they were scamming their customers. It wasn't the whole thing that I bought. It was that one component of getting myself in the Google search. But yeah, I know how to run a website. I know all about how to do that. Thai food. No, I've never had Thai food. I just finally found that hoisin sauce. Oh my God. So good. All right, Nut House. Have a good one. I made 6 cups of rice in my Instant Pot yesterday in my 8-quart Instant Pot. It came out perfect. First time it's ever come out exactly perfect. All right, Miss Kim. Have a great day, honey. Traditional. Some Chinese is spicy. If you ever make joint Mongolian beef, it's way much spicier than you make it. Oh, yeah, I can't have anything. I don't even have things with pepper in it. The doc.com bubble was a thing bound to burst straight out of high school. I had an adult content creator living with me for 5 years. Yeah. What was good about the drop shipping is that I didn't have to have the product. I just used their picture of the product and their descriptions, placed it on my own website that I created, literally created every tab for every product, like swings, lubes, vibrators, things like that. And I had to create it from scratch, literally from scratch. And they gave you a bunch of different templates you could choose for your website. And you go in, it was a lot of work. I spent a year learning everything I needed, because then you have to go and find a Google cart or a pay cart. And at the time, PayPal didn't want to be associated with anything that had to do with adult content to pay. So my customers, I couldn't have customers pay with PayPal. I had to find another pay shopping cart site. And then I had to pay for the hosting every month of your website. I went with GoDaddy. And then I had to pay for the security lock. So when people put their debit information in or credit card, that it was a secure. So you see X's, and I had to learn how all that worked. And every component was, at that time, it was separate. So I had all these charges every month. It got to be way too much for me. I did make money, but then I found I was getting, I was paying so much for my advertising to stay. You want to stay on that first page of your search engine. You don't want to be on the 26th page. So you have to bid the more money for the keywords. And then they were ripping us off. So I just shut it down. All right, honey, Mama Bear. Have a great day, honey. Class actions are a scam. The lawyers make all the real money. Oh, I'm sure they do. Have some for me, Mama Bear, whatever you're going to eat. If it's squash, don't. But anything else. Sharon, I'm going to see. I have to get off here in a little while because I have to go get my kids. And I should be out washing my car. It's really dirty. It's really dirty. It's really dirty because I'm very lax on that. I think I wash my car once or twice a year, and I try to get Chris to do it. But my windows are getting to the point where I really need to get them washed. She had all that stuff. She used crypto and other means of payment. See, back then there was no crypto yet. Basically, all I had to do after I created that website was read my emails each day and take my order email, send it to the company. The drops of because I was going to do more than one. I was going to do a pet. This was before the pet clothes were all a thing. But my problem was I didn't know how to make the website look professional. I don't have a good imagination. So I had to pick templates, and there really weren't good templates in the beginning. Because you got to figure this was late 90s, early 2000s. And it was just new. So the templates were kind of not the greatest looking templates, I don't like going through car washes, Dawn, because I'm afraid I'm not going to line my car up on the track the right way, and I'm going to just destroy something. I went to a car wash with Chris once, and it's a video we did when we first started. If you go way back to the very beginning of my videos on my master playlist, he was being fresh. He's like, want to make out, and the guys are standing outside of the window scrubbing the car as we're going through, and I'm like, no. I bought one of these sponges on a pole, and I do it that way. I probably won't get out there and clean it. I say that, but I don't know. If I can do it, you can do it. I can do it. I did it once before in my 20s. Because at the time, that's where you met all the hot guys, was at the car wash, and they'd be out at the vacuum pumps, vacuuming everything out, and that's where everybody hung out. I don't want to meet nobody now. I don't. It's nice having everybody here. I missed when Mayhem and Prepper Stedding met up today. I must have just went outside to start planning. I got to go back and rewatch it. That must have been awesome. Oh, I have to go back. I'm going to have to make a note to go back and watch that particular one. Did they come up on panel together after they met? Does anybody know? That was Crazy Irish's, right? Crazy Irish stream today. That must have been awesome. Yeah, I have that same problem, and I'm 5'7", Sharon. All the water comes down. I hate being wet. If I'm going to get wet, I have to be fully wet in the pool. Otherwise, I get itchy. I don't like it. Yeah, Joe, I had to learn. I have to do things when I have the energy to do them. So most of the times I'll leave the live streams up and listen while I'm doing it. What about a whole Han Solo? What about like a whole, put a wetsuit on, like a scuba wetsuit when you're washing the car? I can't even imagine trying to get into a wetsuit with my old body. I'd be pulling muscles and breaking bones and zipping up my flesh. It would be a disaster. Oh, just for a minute. I'm going to have to go back and watch it. I wrote it down so that hopefully, if I don't write things down, I don't remember to do them. That's why I have all these. Like, look, this is my list of stuff I'm going to be growing that I want to grow. I called my dad yesterday because I ordered from Gurney's. It was a special. They were having 35 strawberry plants for $19.99. And they're going to be mailing them out soon. And I have Chris built a 4x8 raised bed. We have to get the soil in it still. He did it last weekend. And I didn't think 35 plants would fit in there. But I also found my stackable planters. So I'm going to put some strawberries in those too. Because I didn't do nothing with them last year. I got them at the Dollar Tree. So he said, oh yeah, 4x8, you could get 32 plants in there. The berries won't be huge. Because I called him to see if he wanted a few of them for his area, but he's got hundreds of strawberry plants, so he don't want them. He goes, those will all fit in there. And now that I have those stackable ones that have 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you put the next tray on top the opposite way, so it's like a planter. And I have 4 of those, so I could put 12 plants right there. The Gordon Fisherman outfit, right? They would wash my car if I told them to, Don. A lot of the problem is like I don't like having to clean up massive messes. And so I really kept saying to myself and to them, I'm going to have you learn how to cook with me and come in here. And then when it comes time, I'm trying to do a video and my kitchen is so small. It's like we're on top of each other. So half the time, they wait till I go somewhere and they make brownies or cookies or something on their own. So they would wash my car if I let them. Hi, Lisa LLT 49. How are you? I've already been on an hour, guys. Holy moly. I ordered a plant stand and light kit to do seedlings and grow year-round indoors. I'll get it tomorrow. I suppose oh, let me show you what I got. You're going to get a sneak peek because I'm going to do a video on it. Hold on. But I think I'm going to do a video actually using them. So you're just going to get a sneak peek now of them without me using them. Okay, so Prepper Potpourri has a channel. Awesome, awesome channel. Okay. So she took a see-through tote and she took the lid and she cut it out and made a big hole in it. And then she put wire mesh or wire fencing over it. And she used that for her baby chicks when she was doing chicks. Well, she took that and she put a boot tray, you know, where you put your boots on to collect the water and dirt and like on your porch or something. She put that inside and she got these cups. Okay. They're much, much sturdier than those cells that are crinkly and last a season or two. She's been using them for, I think, 7 years, she said. And she fills them with soil, starts her seeds, puts them on top of that boot tray in the tote, puts the wire mesh on, and then she gets one of those metal shop lights. They're the round ones that they use for chickens to heat. And this is a grow light she got from Sansi. Okay, so she puts it in the metal light and lays it right on the metal fence top over the tote. So you don't have to hang it. And she She's been doing this for 7 years, and all her seedlings come out perfect. So I ordered, there was 50 of these for $14.99. What happened? Oh, your husband passed away. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So these, she's had them for 7 years, and they are very sturdy. And you can just squeeze them and the soil will pop out. So I'm going to try that on my grow shelves. And I might try some in the tote like she did, because I have tons of totes downstairs. But I didn't realize we don't have the metal thing that goes around it. I have to buy one. I thought we had one downstairs, but it wasn't exactly. It was left here by the previous owner, and I'm going to look at it closer, but I don't think it would work on this. But yeah, Sancy is our Half Acre Homestead sent her a bunch of grow lights to try and review, and she loved them. They didn't look like this. They were different ones that hung, but they have all different grow lights. So I got that from Amazon, and I got these, like I said, 50 of them for $14.99, and they'll last years. So I'm going to try that, because I have all the cells, the square cells, but they're very flimsy, and they crack and rip and break. And then what she did was she just put water in the boot tray, and they bottom feed up through those cups. So I am going to try that. I'm going to try that. Yes, I am. It must be hard, Lisa. I totally get it, because all right, so I was with my boy's father for 10 years, from the age of 15 to 25. He passed away, and I was fine, because we weren't together anymore. It had been 20 years later that he passed away, but he was an alcoholic. He put me through hell, and I left him, and I got married once to the twins' father, and we divorced because of things. It wasn't anybody's fault. It's just, I realized he wasn't he's a sweetheart and a wonderful person, but it wasn't meant for me. Then I met Chris, who's a total goofball and like a man child. And we've been going on 11 years together. And we dated when we were in our early 20s. Then we split, went our own way. I moved away, got married, this and that. And we found each other again on the street. He was walking with his girlfriend. I've told this story several times. And he was walking with his girlfriend and a baby. It wasn't his baby. And I did a U-turn on the street. And I pulled up right up to him. And a week later, we were together. And we've been together ever since. And if something were to happen to that man, I'd be lost. He may be goofy, and he may be a man-child sometimes, but he's a hard worker, and he loves me, and he loves the kids. And I finally found the person I'm supposed to be with. He's so not polished and professional, and neither am I. And we hardly ever fight. But if something were to happen to him, me being 50, I'm done. I'm not looking for another relationship. And I married him. He was younger. He's 7 years younger. So I hope I go before he does. So I totally get it. It's hard. Oh, wow. Oxygen machines. And see, yeah, you got a lot going on, Joe. I don't know how to get rid of a groundhog. I had a possum walking across the yard. I was on the phone with Stedding one day during the day. And I'm like, Stedding, there's something walking across the yard. He's got a white face. And he told me it was a possum. I guess then Chris found him in our wood pile on the side of the house. I was like, I'm not going near that. Nope. I don't do well with animals. Yeah, this is my second marriage too, Lisa. So I'm where I want to be. So if something happened to him, I'd be lost and I would be done. Look at Lake's video. She shows how to hydro plant with a Hawaiian punch bottle. She's pretty nifty, that one. She uses her coffee big coffee things that the coffee comes in, and she plants in those too. That's awesome to recycle and stuff like that. Chris doesn't go through enough coffee to get a lot of plants going. He's still on the same container of coffee that he's had for God, who knows how long. Someone else, Robbie and Gary's garden, she took sour cream containers and butter containers. She didn't poke holes in them. She put tulle in it, put the soil in it, and started the seeds in the house. And then when she wanted to transplant them, she lifted the tulle out so she wouldn't damage the roots. I went to Walmart the other day to find tulle, and I couldn't find any. Joe Morgan, you're only 33? You're a baby. It is weird. If you go back on some of my older videos, we talk about how we met and all this, and I was out of a 10-year relationship from an alcoholic, and I had 2 boys at my age of 25, and me and Chris started dating. And like I said, we were in our 20s. And one day he was at his friend's house to get some money, and I heard there was a fight going on in the background. And this is what he told me. I don't remember me doing it, but he said that when I asked him what was all the commotion on the phone, he said there was a fight. And I said, well, then just stay there. And I hung up on him. I never saw him again after that. He tried to call me back. I was probably off at the bar already. We never touched paths again. That's how I was back then. I was like, you know what? I'd had enough of people's crap because I was in a mentally abusive relationship for 10 years. And I just, after that, for a couple of years, I just used and abused people, honestly. And then I settled back down again later. But yeah, and then we ran into each other again a few times after I had gotten married and came back to our hometown to visit. I ran into him, but I was married. And then after I decided to end my marriage, I came back from North Carolina, and I ran into him on the street, and I saw him with his girlfriend, and I was like, you know what? I'm taking him. And I pulled right up with my kids in the car because I did a U-turn, right? I saw him. I did a U-turn, pulled right up. We started talking, and I found every excuse to hang out with her and her little kid with my little twins, because they were a couple years old, just to be around him. And then a week later, because she was way younger than him, and a week later, he broke it off with her, and we've been together ever since. But I had it in my head that day I did the U-turn, because I had been asking my friend, have you seen Chris? Have you seen Chris? And she hadn't. So when I saw him, that was it. I had it in my mind. I was getting Chris back. Yeah. I know that's not nice, but I did it. Lisa's going to be 57 this year. Wow. I'll be 50 in May. I know, Han Solo, right? The way he talks, he does do a lot. He's got a lot he's dealing with. Yeah. It says 55 here out. Oh my gosh. I know, Sharon, but we ran into this girl after we got together, and he broke up with her, and she didn't even bat an eye. She didn't even care. That's how immature she was. It didn't even bother her. I think she knew. I think she kind of knew. Dawn. Back then, I didn't care. I didn't care. Now I'm a lot different. I'm more about people's feelings and things like that. But at the time, I had been through so much turmoil and emotional mess with my boy's father that I just hardened. I hardened because he made me feel like I was worth nothing for 10 years. And I was not the same person I am now. I was this meek little thing. And it is very true. They say You learn from your experiences, and now I know what I will tolerate and what I won't. We had to grow up, you know, I had to grow up. I had a lot of growing up to do because I was mean. All I knew how to do was fight because of the boy's father. That's all he did was fight. From the age of 15 to 25, he didn't talk like a normal person or a rational have a conversation. It was fighting and name calling and putting you down. So that's all I knew. He was my only boyfriend. And I had 2 kids by the time I was 25. You did a live today? What's your channel? Is it the name that you have up here? Hold on, let me see. Okay, hold on. I got to put my cigarette down. Is that one word or two? Oh, it's a separate one. Okay, hold on. Takes me a minute. Oh, there you are. I just subscribed. Hold on. I'm going to put her channel up there. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm a little slow. We all go through stuff, and it makes us who we are later on, I've learned. There we go. I think that's that's her link. Yeah, now I don't take crap. Don't take crap. A lot of the people that are in this chat right now, Lisa, they've been with me since the beginning of my journey. I've been on since a year. February 26th made it a year. And I've slowly, in a lot of the live streams, I've talked about my past, which is more than some of my own family members know, to be honest with you. That's how much closer I feel to these people. They've been with me for the whole year. And they're the reason that I choose to do these live streams, because they have gotten me through some really stressful times in my life in this last year. Job loss with Chris. Granted, it was only 2 weeks, but I was a basket case, and a few people that aren't here too. Right now, they have their own channels. They talk to me, and they made me see common sense. But a lot of these people in here are some of the best people you will ever have around in your chats. I'm not even lying. I've not had any kind of problems with any of them. They've been moderators. They catch the trolleys and all those people, and they listen and they talk and they teach me things. And I owe them so much. And that's why when I do these lives now, I try to focus more on the chat here, because when I was having a lot of people on panel, I was taking my attention off that. And I found myself doing that a lot. And I'm like, wait a minute. These are the people that I come here for. Why am I focusing just about the people on the panel? A lot of these people don't have cameras, and they don't want cameras, or they want to stay in chat because that's where they're comfortable. And I'm missing a lot of it. So that's why I went back to, I started doing just these, and once in a blue moon, I'll open up the panel, because it's everybody in here that makes this what it is for me. I don't have a massive pile of ex-wives and girlfriends. I kind of just did the no feelings thing, and it was a lot more rewarding. I had that point in my life too. That's why I say use and abuse. Oh, Firefly is fabulous. I've had Firefly here at my house several times, and she is one awesome lady. She gets underneath cars. She does her own auto work. She does her own pipe work in the house. And she's got the most beautiful smile. She came, Prepper Stedding came. Prepper Stedding is another one. If you haven't gone to his channel yet, let me put his channel. Prepper Stedding is another one. We met him on here, and he is one of the best people you will ever meet, okay? The best people. Hold on, I'm going to put his link too. He is downright funny as shit. Excuse my language. Okay. But I love that man to death. I know he's married. I love his wife too, but I haven't met her in person. But Stedding, he is someone you want to have in your life, whether it be see him once in a while because he's a truck driver and he can't be here all the time. But if he could, I would want him moving next door. And I want Firefly on the other side. Okay. Pepper Stedding is one fabulous, fabulous guy. He is so down to earth, and him and Chris get along so well. And there's very few people that Chris used to hang around with a lot of people, and we don't hang around with them because they're just not somebody I want to be around. And when we met Stedding, I was so worried, but my daughter loves him. Okay. He is very respectful with my daughter and my son. He has come here several times, and I would do anything for him if he needed it. Anything. And his wife and kids. And he's funny as all get out. He really is. Go check his channel out. We call him Fluffy, yes. I don't even know what to say. He just makes me laugh. I could be in a pissy mood and just talking to there's times we've talked on the phone when Chris is at work, and it's been awesome. He's someone you can be friends with and not have to worry about drama. That's what I love. That's what I love. What link is that, Firefly? Is that your link, honey? You have a wrench, right? I have to look over on the other side to see. Yeah, you have a wrench. What link is that? Let me go bring it up. Is that your channel? Yes, that's Firefly's channel. Go. Yeah. She does all her own stuff, like in the car. She was underneath her car. She was underneath her car. I wish I was that limber, and I just she does everything herself. She's a very smart woman. Yep, Dawnlight. If you're not smiling and laughing inside of 5 minutes when you watch Fluffy, something is wrong. He's so funny. He does. He brightens up this house every time he comes. I mean, you can tell when he walks in this house, the atmosphere just changes. That's the only way I can describe it. It changes for the better. It's fun. Just fun. And if you're lucky enough to meet him, because he truck drives, so he just met with Mayhem. He stopped and met with Free Hanley and stayed there. If you're lucky enough to where he drives by your area, he will stop if he can. And I'll tell you, it is one of the best times you'll ever have. It really will. You found my channel because of Thrive Life. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm a Thrive Life consultant. Yeah, I understand, Joe. I understand. And that's okay. You've been with us so long that we know you now. We all three live in the same apartment and it's pretty small. Yeah. Well, you care about your family. You care about your parents. Not many people do. Thank God I have 4 sisters and 2 more brothers that can help with my parents when the time is needing, you know. All right, guys. I've been on an hour and a half and I have to get ready to hey, Shift Kicker. She's another one. She's fabulous. She's freaking fabulous. One of the best moderators you'll ever come across. But I do have to get going because I have to get myself ready to get the kids, and I have to bring their friend to her appointment today. And I'll have to do it again Monday. She does it once a week, so Monday will be another one where I go pick her up and I bring her to her appointment. But then the rest of the week I don't have to. I just have to bring her home a couple days. But let me tell you, that extra money is what's helping pay for our vehicles. So I'll be doing it till the middle of May when her niece will come and from college and we'll do it. So while we're doing it, that's where all our money is going to the car, basically. The cars. I just tell everyone what to do and it gradually happens. Kicking at Homestead's awesome too. I first met her when she was sitting up in her attic. She had this little attic and she was upstairs in it to try to get signal. That's how I remember kicking it. Oh my God. So freaking hilarious. She's sitting up there with the ceilings coming down and she's sitting there trying to get signal on her thing to be up on the live stream. Oh my God. I'll never forget that. So these people in here are some of the best people. Even though we've never met face to face, they've been with me for over a year now. And I sometimes I am so lost if I can't get on here and talk to you guys and get them in my chat. And I was losing that for a little while when I was up on panel with everybody. I noticed that I wasn't focusing on the people that matter the most. So that's why I'm doing it this way now. Because you guys are what matter. And you cheer me up and you just do. You've gotten me through some dark times. From me, I know it's not as dark as some people's things that they're going through, but some things that I've gone through that I don't even tell Chris about. Sometimes I'm just in a bad mood or I'm stressed out and I'll come on here and you guys just lift me right up just by chatting. So that's why I come back. But I did get some emails, like I said, and we're going to work on that. And maybe we'll call Steading or something and explain it to him. And because I love Steading. I'm never going to not love Steading. I don't care. Chris knows how I feel about Steading. It's not a bad love. It's a brotherly love, but he is one of the few males that I will allow in my home and hang out with my family. And it'll never change, I don't think, because he's just that way. I cannot wait to meet his wife. Someday I will. I met her on the live chats, but his wife, she's a hot shit too. And I love it. Y'all helped me last Christmas when my mom died. Love you all. Yeah, we're all here for each other. No, I'm not going on the couch. I am Han Solo. I got to go pick up my children. And I promised them McDonald's today because we'll be by there. It won't be out of the way. So I said they could have McDonald's. They haven't had it in quite a while. I love you guys too. Sandra, I miss the old days too with Chris and Steading. I do. That's why I don't even sit in on him anymore. And he's kind of gotten uncomfortable with the certain people that have come on. But that's the good part about it is you can back off of it and because you don't want to bash anybody else's channel. Steading's got an awesome channel. He's so funny. I love the man. But there's certain people that we don't want to be associated with. Mainly because a lot of Chris's coworkers watch it. And who knows if his bosses watch it. You know? And it's just, some of it's just, I don't want my kids hearing that constantly. But I love Steading to death. And if it would go, if it could go back to the way it was, we would definitely do it more. But that's how YouTube works, That's just how it works. You get comfortable enough to get up on your own and do it. And then you have your own people that you connect with and that you vibe with. And it may not be everybody's cup of tea. And I totally get it. I totally get it. So we'll figure it out. Steading is so easygoing, and he's such an awesome guy that, let me tell you, okay, so this is how easygoing it would be. He is. If something were to happen to Chris and I was left alone, I would probably move close to Steading because him and his wife know stuff. They're very, very, they know. He was talking to my daughter about animals and things like that and snakes. I would be able to go on alone, probably living near them. Another one would be Gardner Josh. That man and his wife Leah, I love them to pieces. Those two, I think I could, if I was alone, if something, God forbid, ever happened to Chris and I was left alone, I think those are the two people that I could connect with and I could deal with on a daily basis and trust enough in my life. I'm down on the built-in corner couch in the tiny house. Kicking it. It's not the swearing, Don. I mean, the normal swearing, like they started to do, yeah, but the vulgarness and the constant. I liked when they roasted each other, and then when they and then the topic would go to something else, and then it would come back to that. But certain people that are up on the panel now are just not our cup of tea. That's all I can say. And we'll wait, ride it out, and if it ever they're not on, maybe we'll get on, or he'll get on because that's his time. But he was feeling uncomfortable. Okay, Dawn. I would rather hang out with Stedding or Gardner Josh's family than some of the people around here. Because I don't have much in common with them, my family, some of my family members. But I do with them. Yeah, and for Sharon, for me to say that, because I don't like just anybody, for me to say that Stedding and his family and Gardner Josh's family, and that's only a year of knowing them. And that's how I feel. If I would have to move today and out of this home, I wouldn't stay in Mass. I'd go to either Florida or where Gardner Josh is, one at Oklahoma, I think. Those are where I would choose. Because I think they could teach me a lot, and they're just good people. Good people. Good people. Yeah. Okay, guys, I gotta go. But I love you guys, and I will be back on. I don't know when. I've been trying to see if Chris would do a live with me, but by the time he gets home lately, we're both already done for the night, and I'm like stretched out on the couch, and he's tired. So we'll get there. Josh is my little brother now, right, Sandra Moody? You met him. You're lucky because you got to meet him and his wife. I love Leah to pieces. That woman, I just want to give her a big hug all the time. I just love her voice. I just love her. So someday I will get off my hiney and I will go meet them. Someday. The problem is I probably wouldn't want to leave wherever I went to either one of their houses. That's the problem. So anyways, guys, I got to go. The school buses are going by, so I know it's time for me to get going, but I appreciate everybody being here. I got to go do stuff now. I feel like this side of my face is a little swollen. I don't know. I'm just getting fat. I'm getting fat. All right, guys, you have a great day. And I know, Ginger, I'll be lurking when I come home. When I'm doing stuff, I'll have somebody on, whoever's on. I'll be watching some of y'all's videos. Finally, I got to get back to that. All right, honey. Bye, guys.